Let's take a look at some of the basics of Gmail. The first thing we're going to take a look at is how to add a signature. When you're ready to add a signature, you're going to go to your Gmail account. You're going to go over here to the gear. You hover over it, says Settings. When you click, a pop-up menu will appear, and you're going to go to Settings. Now once you're in Settings, you're going to go to General. You have all of these other choices as well, but we're going to go to General, and then we're going to scroll down. So right here is the signature area. So you're going to click the box to add a signature. You can choose various fonts. You've got a choice in your text size. You can add a hot link, all kinds of things. So I'm just going to add my name, and I have a certification that I want to show. So it's on my hard drive, so I'm going to drag that file over. It's going to upload, and then it's going to add, and it's giant. So when I click it, I can choose original size, I can choose large, medium, or small. So I'm going to hit return. I don't have as much control of the size as I would like, but I can still get it down to a reasonable amount. Most important thing, actually second most important thing, we want this to insert before the quoted text, or else when you reply to a message, it's going to be at the very, very bottom of the message. So I want my signature line above my quoted text when I reply. And then I have to click down here and hit Save Changes. If I don't save the changes, it's not going to happen. So when I go to compose an email, my things are here. So I can just put my closing and not have to worry about typing my name. Now let's take a look at how to compose a new message to a friend, and let's say you don't finish it, how to find that message in drafts. Sending an email couldn't be easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Compose button. You type in the email address, and the nice thing about this is if it's someone that you've sent an email to before, they're going to be in there. Put in the subject and send. Okay, so my message has been sent. Now let's say that, you see I have some drafts over here. Say that I wasn't able to finish my email before I needed to go and do something else. It's automatically going to save a copy of any unfinished email into drafts. So if I go over here, I use the translator app, there will be all the emails that I've started and didn't finish. Some of these I just restarted again, and if you do decide that you don't want them, what you can do is go to this delete button, discard draft, right here, and then that email is gone. Now let's take a look at the difference between archiving and deleting an email. When you archive an email, what you're doing is you are taking it out of your regular inbox. I'm going to hit more down here so we can see. And then to move down, I'm going to grab this bar and drag. And it's in all mail. So when you archive an email, it doesn't go away. It's just taken out of your main inbox so that you can still refer to those items that you need later, but they're not completely gone. They're just moved out of your way. Now, deleting an email is another story. So notice that when I hover, I have the option right here to archive or delete, or I can also mark it as unread or read again if I would like. If I would like to delete this one, I can open it, I can delete here, and I'll have all the same options. Now, if I delete the email, it's going to give me a little bit of time to change my mind. Can go down and I can check trash. And that email is here. And I can empty the trash, but I have 30 days to realize I accidentally deleted something that I needed. Now let's take a look at how to add a picture to your account. So you'll go to your email, you'll select the gear button, then go to Settings. Make sure you're in the General account, or the General tab, I should say, and you're going to scroll down till you get to My Picture. And this is a picture that everyone will see when you email them. So select your picture carefully if you choose to do this. Some people do an image of their school, some do a pretty scene or a flower. So you can do those things. And you also have the option of not doing a picture at all. So if you'd like to, I'm going to choose a file. Grab that. So now it's going to ask me to, I'm going to need to size it. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to apply the changes. And I'm just going to make this one visible to everyone. And I'm going to save the changes. Now, when we send emails to people, we routinely need to attach files. Sometimes those files are located on our computer, and sometimes they're located on our Google Drive. Now, when I'm attaching a file from my computer, I have a couple of ways to do that. So if I know where my file is and I already have this one pulled up, I found the athletic calendar that I'd like to share with someone. Notice what I did? I just clicked and drag it over. It says drop files here. So it says what I have, and then I can just hit send. And that's just going to go on its merry way. Now there's another way that I can do it. So the other thing I can do is I can click attach files. And then I can find the file that I would like, select open, and I can do it that way as well. Now there will be times that I want to send something that's in my Google Drive. So I'm going to go down to the bottom to insert files using Drive. And then I can either look through my Drive, shared with me, team drives, or I can upload something. So I'm going to go into my PD folder, into Google Calendar. Now you're going to notice a difference. If I do this PDF document, I can choose either to a Drive link or an attachment. I'm going to choose an attachment and insert. So that is loaded. Let's add another one. So I'm following the same process. I'm going to go back to my PD folder where it's located. And now I'm going to add the Google Docs version of the athletic calendar. Now notice that this one has a little image of people beside it. That means this is a shared document. So now I'm going to hit Drive Link. It is my only option. And I'm going to hit Insert. So when I share this one, I'm not going to get any special messages. So let's compose another one, and let's focus on a document that's not already shared with everyone. So I'm back to my PD folder. So I'm going to do this copy. And notice it doesn't have the image that lets me know that it's shared. I'm going to do a drive link, insert. I'm going to share with another account. And when I hit send, it says, hey, the person that you're sending it to doesn't have access. So do I want to share it with this one person? Do I want them to be able to view, comment, or edit? I just want them to be able to view. Or I can go, ooh, I didn't mean to give them access to that. I'm going to turn that off. I also have the option of turning link sharing on so that anyone at the school can view. So I'm going to go ahead and send. And so now it makes sure that the person that I shared the document with has access to it. Another thing that we put in our emails are hyperlinks or links to web addresses. So let's take a look at how to do that. Now let's say we want to share a website or even a document link with someone. So we have the option where we can enter the ugly code. And sometimes people are a little hesitant to click on that because it looks a little scary. At least I think it does. But you can also say, okay, I don't want to do it this way. I'm going to cut that. I want to insert a hyperlink. So that was the athletic calendar or the athletic sign up. So I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to select Insert Link at the bottom. It's a little chain. Now, what URL do I want this to go to? I want it to go to this one. And I can even test it to make sure that it works. And it did. So I can close that, select OK. And I can send this link knowing that it's going to work. So I'm just going to mail it to myself. And here it is. That will take me directly to the page. One of my favorite Gmail features are your search options to look for those emails that you know are in there somewhere, but you just can't find right away. So let's take a look at that. So when I need to find an email, I can click here. If I know who it's from, if I know who it's to, if I know the subject, maybe even some words that it has, or the file size, or even a date range. If it has an attachment, I can do all of that right in here. I can also, if I know it's from me, has attachment, and it's going to show me all of the emails that are from me and has an attachment. And I can go and I can find what it is that I need. So that's a huge advantage. Now, Gmail also allows you to create an event or create a task directly from within Gmail. So I'm going to go into my email. This one I have a meeting April 1st from 5 to 7. So I want to add this to my calendar. So I'm going to go to these three dots and I'm going to create an event, and it's going to open up in my calendar. Notice that the content of the message is located below. So I'm going to say laptop meeting. I'm going to set the date, April 1st, and it was from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then I'm going to hit save. I can put the location if I would like. Do I want to email the other guest? Absolutely. I'm going to invite external guest and done. Now there are some emails that require an action. Like, oh, I need this email kept out to remind me to do whatever the instructions are. So the other thing that Google has is it is called Task. So it's located right over here, and it gives you a way to add the email to your list of things that you need to do. So I'm going to close this. Now, if I want to remember to send this out, I'm going to go to my three dots once again. I'm going to add it to my task. Notice it says no title. That's because I sent the email with no subject. So I can hit the pencil to edit. Send athletic instructions. Whatever details I want to add right here. I can add a date and a time. I want to do this on Monday, and I want to do it at 8:30. And OK. Now the really cool thing is I've added this to my calendar as well when I did that. It's not an event, so it's going to look a little bit different. So it is right here. So now it has a checkbox. And when I complete the item, it's going to have a line drawn through it. If I want to go back and look at my items, here they are. They're organized by date. And that's all there is to it.